probably think the biggest threat to your finances is not earning enough. You're wrong. Studies on lottery winners show that within 5 years, most are back to roughly the same position. Not because the money disappeared, because the psychology was still running the show. Your financial decisions aren't primarily mathematical. They're psychological, emotional, social. Underneath all of them, running quietly like old software, are lies you've never questioned. Last year, you upgraded something you didn't need to upgrade. Part of it was because of how it sounded when you said it out loud to someone you wanted to impress. You didn't just spend money. You spent money performing a version of yourself. There was a small voice, quiet, easy to dismiss, that said, "This isn't quite right." Not one catastrophic decision, just thousands of small, emotionally driven overrides, each one perfectly justifiable, each one quietly compounding. Right now, I can tell you 2 things you believe about money. First, you'd be better with money if you just earned a bit more. Second, your money problems are mostly circumstantial. Both of those beliefs feel completely reasonable. Both of them are also quietly making sure nothing changes.
Nobody corrected you on these because nobody knew better. But once you see these lies clearly, money will never look the same to you again. The first lie. I'll start when things calm down. I'll start saving properly when things calm down, when this project is finished, when the car is paid off, when we stop renting, when January comes. Go back 5 years. Were things calmer then? The chaos isn't a temporary state. The chaos is the condition. Call it urgency displacement. Your brain uses real pressures to displace future planning. The reframe? You're not waiting for the right moment. You're training yourself to need one. The second lie. I deserve this. I worked hard. You did work hard. You do deserve good things. The lie is in what the word deserve has been quietly recruited to do. Hedonic rationalization, using your legitimate emotional state to justify a decision unrelated to it. The purchase isn't addressing the tiredness, it's a proxy for what you actually need. The real version of treating yourself well is not usually a transaction. The reframe? Deserving good things and making good decisions aren't the same currency. The third lie. I just want a comfortable life. I'm not materialistic. I'm not chasing status. I just want comfort. Would your life change at all if no one you knew could see what you bought?
Status spending is structurally infinite. Comfort has a ceiling. Status doesn't, because the comparison set keeps moving. There's no finish line. The honest question, which of my purchases would I still make if they were completely invisible? That gap is the size of your status budget. The fourth lie. I don't care what people think about my money. Did you order differently at that restaurant? Did you reach for the wine menu with slightly more confidence? Did you pick up the bill when it wasn't strictly necessary? We are wired to track our position relative to the people around us. That instinct was survival once. It's a liability when it's quietly steering your credit card. The spending you do for an audience isn't a reward for your hard work. It's a bill you pay for their approval. The fifth lie. Tracking my spending will fix my spending. So you download the app. You feel for the first time in a while like someone who is on top of things. And then the same things happen that always happened. Tracking works backwards. Financial damage is done in the moment of decision. Awareness without commitment is just guilt with better formatting. The version that works is pre-commitment, the decision made before the temptation arrives. The reframe? You don't need to know where your money went. You need to decide where it's going before it leaves.
The sixth lie. Future me will handle it. You are treating your future self like a stranger. A well-meaning stranger you wish all the best, but a stranger nonetheless. Every deferred financial decision has a cost. The year you waited to start investing is a specific amount of money. Your future self will find the costs very concrete. Optimism aimed at avoiding a present decision is just procrastination with a positive reframe. The reframe? Every time you defer, you're not buying time. You're billing it to someone who hasn't consented. The seventh lie. Small purchases don't matter. It's only $12. It's only a subscription. It's only one more round. Individually, every single one of those statements is true. Your brain doesn't naturally aggregate low-level recurring costs. The coffee isn't filed as part of a $4,380 annual spend. It's filed as a coffee, and a coffee is fine. A small purchase made daily is not a small decision. It's a large decision made in small, easily dismissible increments. The reframe, you're making one large purchase very slowly. The 8th lie, you know what your friends actually earn. You know what they display. What you don't know is the full picture, the debt level, the credit card balance, the gap between the life presented and the foundation it's built on. You're comparing your internal financial reality to other people's external financial presentation. The display sets a psychological baseline. Things that feel normal stop feeling like a choice. You're measuring yourself against people who are also performing. The whole system is a hall of mirrors, and everyone inside it thinks they're looking at the real thing. The 9th lie. My money habits are my own choices. Most of your money habits were not chosen. They were absorbed. Before you had the cognitive equipment to evaluate them, you were watching someone manage, or fail to manage, money. Money is scary. Money is unstable. You enjoy it while you have it. You shouldn't talk about it. You never quite have enough. These weren't ideas arrived at through reasoning. You absorbed them the way you absorbed language. The reframe, your money habits aren't a character flaw. They're a hand-me-down, and you're allowed to see which ones still fit.
The 10th lie. I'll feel different about money when life is more stable. There's a version of you that you're waiting to become. This version is calmer, more settled. This version is a ghost. The external circumstances do sometimes improve, and the person who shows up is still you. Stability doesn't change how you relate to money. It changes how much attention is available. The psychological work has to happen in the conditions you're actually in. The reframe? The circumstances aren't creating your money behavior. They're just giving it something to blame. The 11th lie. Automating my savings means I've solved the problem. The savings are sorted. The investment is going. I've handled it. And from that point, the rest of the spending is treated as fully free. Doing one virtuous financial thing creates a licensing effect. The automated saving becomes the moral credential that licenses the unexamined spending. Real financial health is not a single system you set up and stop paying attention to. The reframe? Automation handles one decision. The other 400 decisions this month still need a framework. The 12th lie. You want to be wealthy. You say you want financial freedom. The goal is genuine. But desire and permission are two different things. Is there an unspoken financial solidarity with your family, your oldest friends, your community? A sense that pulling too far away would change things in ways you can't predict. You're being held back by a loyalty that feels like love, and probably partly is. The reframe, wanting wealth and allowing yourself to have it are two separate decisions, and most people only make the first one. The 13th lie. Watching this will change something. You feel something right now. Recognition maybe, the slight discomfort of being accurately described. That feeling is real. It is also, by itself, completely useless. Insight is not transformation. Recognition is not behavior change. The content delivers a feeling. The feeling is not the change. What it can do, give you language, make the invisible visible. What it cannot do, make the decision, take the action, start the habit. That part is a practice.
The video is the mirror. What you do when you turn it off, that's the only part that counts. You already know what you need to do. The problem was never knowledge. The problem was the conversation you've been having with yourself about money. Inherited, unexamined, running underneath every decision. And the fact that nobody ever handed you a transcript of it until right now. Keep it.